Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets potentially trading for veteran shooting guard Luke Kennard from the Memphis Grizzlies. As the Houston Rockets do have a couple former Memphis Grizzlies players on this roster that have played with each other, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to add another one in. You have Dylan Brooks, you have Steven Adams. But, I mean, the reason why I'm talking about this trade is not because, let's just get all the Memphis Grizzlies we can. It's because the Rockets need three-point shooting, and that has been addressed by Ime Udoka about the three-point shooting needs that this team has. That's why there are so many rumors that this Rockets team is going to be looking at someone like Reed Shepherd in the draft at number 3 overall. So I'm going to go over a trade that has been suggested by Bleacher Report. This was an article on Bleacher Report right after the draft lottery, which was trades for all lottery teams. And this was the trade that Bleacher Report suggested for the Rockets to land them Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard to the Rockets for Jae'Sean Tate and Jock Landale. This is not a bad trade for the Rockets. You have Steven Adams returning from injury. You have Alperen Sengun. There is no, honestly, in my opinion, there is no need for Jock Landale. Jock Landale had a really good, finish of the season when Sengun got injured, or he actually started going. He got it going a little bit before Sengun got injured, but then once Sengun got injured, he got more minutes, got more playing time, and ran away with it. He had one of the best plus minuses on the team, but at the same time, he's not going to get minutes over Steven Adams and Alperen Sengun. Yes, it would maybe be a decent idea to keep him because those are two guys that have had injuries. I mean, Steven Adams was out all year last year. Sengun did have an injury at the end of the year, but I feel like it is. We're not going to pay $8 million for a third center on the roster because if you keep him on, you're paying him $8 million a year. The Rockets gave him a 4-year, $32 million contract, which first year is guaranteed. The rest of the years were not guaranteed. Now, I don't know if keeping him on the roster guarantees the rest of the years, but he would definitely get $8 million next year as well. So, I honestly think that trade him. And, if you want to get a third center next to Steven Adams and Alperen Sengun, sign someone for cheaper. Draft someone. You have the 44th overall pick if you want to go draft another center to be your third center. Or sign someone who's a little bit cheaper. You can sign other centers for around $2 to $4 million that, are going to be just as good, if not better than Jock, and are making, way less money than him. So, honestly, I think it's a good idea for the Rockets to trade Jock Landale. Then for Jae'Sean Tate. I mean, I like Jae'Sean Tate. I love the toughness and the great defense he brings, great rebounding as well. But he has as this team gets better, as this team gets more draft assets and more guys deserve minutes, more healthier as well, with guys like Tari Eason and Sengun and Steven Adams being healthy next year. The Rockets, they honestly have no desire. There's no way to play Jae'Sean Tate at all. He will not get any minutes, and the Rockets need to trade him. At some point, I believe they will trade him. I don't think they're going to decline his team option because they could get some decent. They could get some decent compensation from him. There were teams that were offering like 2 or 3 second-round picks for Jae'Sean Tate last trade deadline. So I think there definitely are some teams that will be interested in Jae'Sean Tate because Jae'Sean Tate really could help a contender. He's like a PJ Tucker who can't shoot. Obviously PJ Tucker is a great 3-point shooter. He's been called the PJ Tucker that can't shoot the ball. He's not a terrible scorer, but just not a great shooter. So you trade Jae'Sean Tate and Jock Landale for Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard played 40 games last year with 22 starts, averaging 25 minutes per game. From 3, he shot 45%. And what if I told you this was actually lower than his last season? His last season before that shot 49%. So he shot 45% this year with 11 points per game and 3.5 assists per game, 3 rebounds per game. From 3, shot 45%, like I said. The 22-23 season with the Clippers and the Grizzlies, he was traded, and he shot 49%, 52%. This is crazy. Almost 53% with the Grizzlies, shooting 7.13 point. Sorry, that's field goal percentage. 3.50. This is even better. 54% from three with the Grizzlies in 2022-23 season on almost 6 3-point attempts. And with the Clippers, averaging only 4 3-point attempts, 44%. Total season, 49.4%. He averaged 12 points per game with the Grizzlies and 8 points per game with the Clippers. Now, in the 2021-22 season, he finished 5th place in Sixth Man of the Year award and finished the season with 12, 3, and 2. So 12 points per game, and from 3, he shot, his 3-point percentage was 44, almost 45%, 44.9, and so that's basically 45. In his career 3-point percentage, he's been in the league for a total of 7 seasons. His total 3-point percentage in his career is 44%. The Rockets need 3-point shooting. They need better, efficient 3-point shooting, and I've said they need to build shooters around Alperen Sengun to make him a better facilitator. I've talked about how Jokic has so many, if you want look at a big man who's a great facilitator like Jokic, where he has so many weapons, so many guys around him like Aaron Gordon, who he can give the ball to, in the paint. Michael Porter Jr., who shoots the ball. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he has really good shooters right there. Jamal Murray, a good shooter as well. Jokic has the great team around him to facilitate, and I don't really believe Jokic. I really don't believe that Sengun has that. Jalen Green is a great scorer, a little bit inefficient, great scorer, but a lot of what he's doing scoring the basketball is he's creating his shots 85% of the time. Jalen's gonna create all of his shots. He's better. He's better at scoring the basketball that way compared to if other people are gonna be creating the shots for him. Yes, he can do it that way, but Jalen is better when he has the basketball and he's creating his own shots. Now Fred's kind of the same way, and Dylan and Jabari are good shooting options for Sengun to get the ball to, but they're inefficient. And Luke Kennard is not that. And you get to get rid of 2 contracts that, are not going to play for you next year in Jock and Jay Sean. Yes, maybe they can help you out if you get injured, but I feel like Luke Kennard, he provides a team need that this team really needs bad, and that's 3-point shooting. And that's efficient 3-point shooting that Luke Kennard brings as well. Let me know your thoughts on the potential trade for the Rockets in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.